that is the entryway to my attic from my bedroom. And whatever goes into my attic, I can hear it pretty well because my bedroom, the ceiling is immediately above my bed. And I'm not sure if this guy scared him off or not. He's kind of a mean fella. But he was just as scared as he was more scared than I was when we were woken up in the middle of the night over a raccoon. So I doubt JJ did anything to scare off these raccoons. We're about 1 year later since my last raccoon video, and I'm having the same issue again. The other night when I was sleeping, I heard a couple of raccoons up here. They were fighting, and I think they're getting through one of my soffits. Today's about 88 degrees outside, so my attic's probably closer to 90 to 100. So I'm hoping that they're gone from my attic because it's hot. And I'm kind of in a race against time right now because it's going to cool down tomorrow. So I got to deal with this issue right away before it gets cool and they come back upstairs. And I'm going to show you how I am going to address that issue. So at this point, I do not see a raccoon in my attic, which is good. At this point, the only hope that I could think of is to cut a hole up here, and that way I will have access to the soffits that they're getting into, because I believe they're getting into through this through the outside, through this entryway. And there's no way I could get to this side of the attic, because people are going to go, why don't you just crawl up the attic and seal it from the inside of the attic? There's no way, because I don't know if you noticed, but that's a really small attic. I mean, it's even smaller in real life, and it's super hot up there, and there's 2x4s in the middle of the way. I mean, by the time I get all my tools up there and crawl through that space and in the 100-degree temperature, I'll be lucky if I don't die of a heat stroke. So I'm going to try to go the best route possible, which is to cut a hole through that attic and seal it up from the inside. And I'll show you why I'm doing it from the inside and not the outside. I'm not sure if you can see that soffit area because the sun is shining so brightly, but you could kind of see where the raccoons tore through it, where that gutter is, and got inside. So with the ladder, I don't think I'll be able to address it as well as from the inside out, because I think it's been addressed before by the previous homeowner, but it didn't really work. And that's my restroom right there, and that closet is right next to that window. So I'm just gonna cut a hole into the attic and move and try to see if I can work into sealing that hole from the inside out. Trust me, today's a Friday, and there's a million and one things I would rather do besides dealing with this today. I did a 12-hour shift yesterday at the hospital, night shift. I got about 3 hours of sleep, and I do not want to deal with this, but I know that I got it to deal with it before it gets cooler and they come back in. I managed to get all the shelves out. I put them in order. That way when I put them back, the guessing game is gone. And what I plan on doing next is getting a ladder and cutting through that ceiling so I could get to the access point of the raccoons. This is a whole lot of work. I'm up in the attic right now after I cut out my little space, and it looks like the hole is in that corner right there, and the reason why I know is because I can see some light shining through it, but I can't get to it because, see, this is a really tight area with these angles coming down like that. So I'm going to cut another hole to get to it a lot easier. Here is the culprit right here. There's a big old hole right there that will allow the raccoon or any other critter to get in. Bats, I don't know, what else, squirrels, I mean, they could wreck your house. So I finally am able to locate it, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this pink fiberglass insulation here. Just kind of stick it on the outside, just so that when I go outside, I can show you where they're coming through. Well, I'm on the outside, and if you look real closely, you can see that in that pink insulation. I'm gonna try to zoom in and see if I can show it to you. Okay, see that insulation right there that I pushed out? And that's how the raccoons are getting in, is through that that flashing right there, and you saw that hole. The builder should have sealed that hole up. My guess is this has been going on for many years, and I'm just now addressing it because this house has been around for a while. But yeah, they should have sealed that up to keep the critters out. This is pretty much the end result. I just put some 2x4s and sealed that area off to keep any critters from coming in. And I did the same thing to the other side as well. The toughest part of this job was just working in really small spaces. You know, it's really challenging because you can't always get your screw gun in, and you don't have the best angles to work with. So I guess somebody would say, you know, hire a professional and let them do it from the outside. But for me, I had to do it from the inside because to me it was the most optimal way. I did put a hole here, that's not a big deal. But this is why you pay somebody to do the job. This is where the fun begins. Cleaning up. Look at all that. It's a mess. So yeah, that's pretty much it. It took me a couple hours to get this done. As soon as I figured out how to attack it, it didn't take very long. But hopefully this would do the trick. I'm gonna keep it sealed up. I'm gonna keep it open just to see if it works. And here is the finished product. I purposely left these holes open just in case I have to go back up there and fix it again. I put some trash bags up there because it's pretty warm up in the attic right now, and I don't want all that cold air that I have down here going back up there. So I'm just going to keep this the way it is for about a week or so, see if the squirrels or raccoons decide to come back. Hopefully have everything sealed up the way it's supposed to be sealed so they don't come back. And let me tell you, it was a dirty job. It took me about 3 hours. And to seal all that back up, it's pretty easy since I've done this many times before. So it's not going to cost me much money, probably about $10 to buy the drywall and put it back up there. However, with that said, people are going to say, why don't you just have a professional come out and seal it from the outside? Why did you have to tear up the ceiling and put in all that work and put holes in your walls? Well, the answer to that is because for me, I had a few things going on. Number one, I had to seal this up quickly because it's going to be cool this week, and I don't want those raccoons coming back and taking up residence. Number two, I need to sleep because I am currently working night shift, and if I can't sleep during the daytime, my night shifts are going to suck. And number three, I could do it. I know that if I did it myself, from the inside, I'll do it right. And I'll save, I don't know, about a couple $1,000 based upon what people have been telling me the going rate is to remove raccoons. So I have my reasons why I did it myself and why I did what I did. However, if you don't want to jack with it, yeah, go for it, hire a professional. But with that said, I enjoy doing it myself, and it saved me a couple $1,000 along the way. Anyway, hope you subscribe to the station or this channel if you like what you hear, and curious to hear what you have to say. Have a great day, and God bless you all.